Hey everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime, and today I'm going to be reviewing a wine that I've had my eye on for a while. And I haven't bought it because it was like $22. Well, it was $19.78 or something like that. It was like some weird number right under 20 bucks. So I went ahead and splurged and bought it. So today I'm reviewing the 2018 Penfolds Max's Shiraz. It's from South Australia, and it's named after their chief winemaker who made wine from, oh, actually it says on here, 1948 to 1975. So for someone who's been making wine for almost 30 years, and they're gonna name it after him, I hope it's pretty darn good. And especially since I almost paid $20 for it. I mean, come on. Now I know what you're saying. How did you break that off? That was not intended. Let me fix this and skip ahead. So what I was gonna say before the cork breaking rudely interrupted me was that I know some of y'all are going, $20, what's the big deal? That's the new max price range I have for this channel in terms of just getting wines that you can have as an everyday drinker. I increased it whenever the whole like European tariffs happened and supply chain issues and stuff like that. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna bump it another $5 because some of the stuff that I would normally buy is $2 more expensive, $3 more expensive. It lets me still review stuff within the similar quality and keep the price range relatively cheap for the channel. Let's get to the color. From a color standpoint, you are deep purple, no artifacts, no cloudiness. And honestly, I wouldn't expect anything else from a 2018 South Australian Shiraz. So on the nose standpoint, from a nose intensity, pronounced. Blackberry. That smells like a tiny bit of vanilla. There's a little bit of like a clove action going on. Woo, and then you put your nose in the bowl and wow, it hits you in the face. Dang, this has like crazy intensity. The alcohol is very well integrated. Yeah, so I'm getting a little bit of plum, blackberry, there's some black pepper, not too much though. Getting a reasonable amount of secondary. There's like a sweet tobacco note going on in this one too. Yeah, anyway, so lots of black fruit, nice secondary to support it. But how does it taste? All right, medium plus body, medium plus tannins. The tannins are soft, they're not rough, they're there, they're noticeable. The intensity on the palate is pronounced. This is just popping on the palate. I'm gonna let it just keep going and I'm gonna cut ahead to the finish and let you know how long it took. All right, according to the timer on the camera, 48 seconds. So not quite a long finish, but definitely medium plus round. I can't remember if I already said medium plus body. Alcohol tastes medium, surprisingly. And there's just a hint of jamminess to this wine, but not much. It's still kind of fresh. And what really is kind of jammy on it is the blackberry. And it's more jammy on the nose than it is the palate. It's still a little bit there, but not as much on the nose. The other star of the show in this wine is the secondary. The secondary pops you immediately on the approach, pulls back, and then comes back on strong on the mid palate. And it stays very even with the fruit throughout the finish. Anyway, so with all that being said, how does it rate? Let's get to the blick. From a balance standpoint, full point. In terms of length, medium plus finish, 12 seconds away from being long. So half a point still, half a point. Intensity, pronounced on the nose and pronounced on the palate, full point. It's been a long time since I've had one that did both, so I'm happy about that. And in terms of complexity, I am getting primary and secondary, but I'm getting no tertiary. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you half a point. In the end, that's a solid 3 points. You are a very good wine. Here's the deal with this wine. If you buy this wine and you let it age, let's say 10 years, it's gonna be friggin' fantastic. It's gonna have some development. It's going to have probably a longer finish, especially if you like those tertiary characteristics in your finish. And it has enough acid to really support it and let it go. The tannins are still heavy enough to where they're not going to totally break down and result in kind of a flabby wine. They'll be there, they'll be soft, but it is just, I mean, I would say in 10 years time, this wine is gonna be a rock star. And if you want, subscribe in 10 years and maybe I'll find another 2018 and review it then. Anyway, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you had the 2018 Penfolds Max's Shiraz? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below and I'll see you all again soon with another episode from Wine on the Dime. It's a shame I have to share this with my wife because she's probably not going to geek out about it as much as me. But on the flip side, she is going to have a very good wine tonight, which will make her happy. Yeah, I guess I'll share.